Hey everybody, it's Dan again with Pain Free You. Today's topic is stop trying to heal. And that'll make a little bit more sense as we go through it, because I know everybody here is trying to get rid of their pain or their symptoms, and the goal is to heal. And before I jump into that in depth, just let's take a couple of breaths. Just kind of get out of the way so you can see the woods, listen to the birds. Breathe in the fresh air, breathe out the stress. Breathe in the smiles, breathe out the fear. So I just love it out here. Dog barking in the distance. The trees are starting to bud. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's leaves, they're starting. And pretty soon this is going to be a whole blanket of green. So today's topic is going to be stop trying to heal. Because if you know about TMS, you know what it is. It's created in the mind, and therefore the body is not at fault. There's nothing to really heal, right? A heal is when you cut your finger by accident in the kitchen and, oh my God, no, I don't need stitches, but I'll put a Band-Aid on it, wash it, little, antibacterial ointment, Band-Aid. But then after that, do you actually have to do anything? No, the body heals itself. The body knows what to do. And so we don't have to try to heal. What we want to do is lay the groundwork and then get out of the way so that the body can do what it does best, which is take care of itself. So as it relates to this thing called TMS, mind-body syndrome, distraction pain or distraction symptoms or stress illness, there's really nothing to heal. It's a sales job. Your subconscious believes it needs to protect you from overwhelming, scary, dangerous emotions, or emotions that don't fit with who you believe you are. That's the one theory. The other theory is that as we resist and push away and kind of repress these negative emotions, we carry that emotional energy with us, and it can manifest itself in pains in the body. Unfelt emotional energy can oftentimes be felt as physical pain, because you're not allowing yourself to feel the emotional hurts and pains. So we feel it in our bodies. And if anybody ever questions that, whether or not we feel our emotions in our bodies, just think about it. When we get sad and cry, our body changes. We literally squirt liquid out of our face. Our face gets red, our eyes get puffy. We are feeling these emotions physically. You've heard the phrase, I'm all choked up. We're feeling that sadness in our throat. I have a heavy heart. Grief, right? Oh, it feels like there's weight on me. Oh, it feels like a kick in the gut when somebody hurts you or does something that's really hurtful. So we're always feeling our emotions in our body. We're also always feeling our thinking. Hannah Studley taught me that. And that comes from the 3 principles. So we're always feeling our thinking, and our body is always feeling our emotions. So this is a sales job, really, because what we are trying to do is inform, in no uncertain terms, inform the subconscious brain that I can feel these negative emotions so I don't have to feel the pains and symptoms in my body. There is an absolute stress response that goes on. A stress response that goes on when we are frightened or in fear. And our thoughts can create that, but a lot of things change in our body. And if we're in a constant, chronic state of stress, you can understand that the body can react to that with symptoms, right? Chronic stress turns down your immune system and digestive system chronically, and then we wonder why our digestive system isn't working right or why we get sick a lot. And so one of the primary goals I would say is don't try to heal, but boost your immune system. How do you do that? Step number 1, turn down your stress, right? Soothe often, get outside in nature. And I know there's people who say, well, I can't get outside, and when I go outside I try to walk, but then it hurts. Fine, sit on the back porch. That's still outside in nature. You don't have to, force yourself to go on a 2-mile walk if you've got massive back pain that's going to torture you the whole walk. So stop trying to heal. Because if you truly understand what TMS is, and you've done the assessments and truly accept, really important that you accept the assessments that say, yes, I have this thing called TMS, I have this mind-body reason for the symptoms or the pains. If you truly accept that, then you know your body's fine, right? And that's how I can go the past 10 years with no fear, because I know my body's fine, even though, in my 50s, heck, I'm going to be 55 in June. I feel better than I did in my 30s and early 40s. So stop trying to heal, because if all day long your attention is focused on healing and doing this process, these TMS protocols and programs, doing it perfectly, and I'm gonna feel my emotions, I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I've got to meditate, and that, now all of a sudden you're putting more pressure on yourself to do this healing process, if there is even a healing process, to do this recovery process the best way possible. And if it doesn't work in 3 days, you're going to start going, what am I doing wrong? And now you're going to just build up more anxiety and more stress about this isn't going to work, right? So please, 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 there's nothing to heal. And oftentimes the pain lets go when you try less. This is a knowledge process. Sarno was huge on knowledge, and if you've read any of his books, you're probably like me. I was extremely frustrated by a 190-page book with a page and a half of what to do to get better. It drove me nuts, because I'd scan the book, and yeah, there were the 12 daily reminders. But what did he say? Reject the physical. Therefore, there's no physical cause. He said, talk to your brain. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is like, have a conversation that says, I'm okay, there's nothing to heal, my body's good, right? I believe that's what he meant by talk to your brain. And be very specific about it. Use words like, I am healthy, I'm strong, my body is perfect. Talk to your brain, think psychologically. I don't believe Sarno said thinking psychologically is spending 18 months journaling and working with a therapist and unearthing all of the horrible, horrible things that happened to us as a kid. No, I think what he meant is think psychologically, like, okay, I'm hurting, so what's going on in my psychological, emotional world? I don't think it has to be, 50 layers deeper than that. So stop trying to heal. There's nothing to heal. It's really a convincing job. You got to convince yourself that your body's fine. You can handle your emotions, right? Emotions are safe. That's something I say often. And learn to go about and return to your life. That doesn't mean run a marathon tomorrow and overdo it. It means go gradual with yourself. Give yourself a few weeks to kind of resume physical activity once the pains drop to a level that is acceptable. There's a couple of folks in the TMS community that just say, force yourself through the pain. No matter how bad it is, keep going. I'm a much more gentle approach than that. I believe what Sarno said is, resume physical activity when the pain has reduced itself significantly, right? So, if you are in searing pain, I didn't want to use that word, but if the pain is really screaming at you, I'm sorry, going for a 2-mile walk when every step is brutal, I don't think that's going to do anything to convince your brain that you're safe. So when I got better, I absolutely took a very gentle, kind approach of, I'm going to work on convincing my brain that I'm okay. Convincing my brain that I can handle the emotions. And yes, I did do an emotional process where I felt my emotions, and that was important to me because there were certain things that I had been resisting and pushing away for probably decades. But it's not a healing process. There's nothing to heal. Your body is okay. And even if you've got gastrointestinal problems or immune system problems, it's not really healing. It's basically just reducing the stress, convincing your subconscious that you're fine, and when the stress reduces, the body will know what to do. Digestively, immune system-wise, if you can remove the chronic stress and soothe yourself both with your thinking and your breathing or meditation or getting out in nature in the sunshine, I got the sun coming through the trees here, you will absolutely give your body the best chance to take care of itself. It really knows what to do. Eat well. When you can, move. Get sunshine, fresh air. It's awesome. Give your body the tools it needs to heal itself. But you don't have to try to heal. Just like you don't have to try to heal the cut finger. All you do is wash it, bandage it, and then trust the body, right? Same thing with this. Once you convince the brain that you're okay, your body is fine, there's no reason for these symptoms, the body will do its own thing. But it's the message from the brain to the body that goes, hey, you can loosen up those tight muscles, you don't need that pain anymore. So it's a convincing process, not a healing process. And inevitably, I've worked with I don't know how many people over the years, and I've interacted with, now going on a couple thousand between Facebook and YouTube. And inevitably, when people say, I'm doing so much better, that often happens when they care less, try less, fear less, and just realize, oh my God, I'm actually okay. This is awesome. And so by trying less, by fearing less, by working at this less, and really dropping the need and desperation to heal, that is when most people turn the corner and start to get better, because fear and attention is what fuels your symptoms. So the more you fear and focus on and place your attention on the symptoms, the more likely they are to stick around. And so it's counterintuitive. Many people will start this process, I gotta find a program, and all right, I'm gonna do this program or that program or that program, or I've done these 2 programs and they didn't work, so I'm gonna do a 3rd program, or I've read 4 books, so I'm gonna read these next 2 books because I haven't read them yet. And I've talked to 3 TMS coaches or psychologists, and I'm gonna talk to somebody else. Sometimes when people come to me, I'm like the 4th person coach or therapist that they've come to. And it's like, guys, it's not the program. It's your belief system. It's your fear. It's your focus. It's your attention on the symptoms that's keeping them locked in. And you don't need a 5th coach. You don't need a 7th or 8th book. You don't need a 4th or 5th program. Lose the desperation to heal. Realize what's going on. You're actually okay. When you can truly believe that you're okay, and you shift your focus away from these symptoms and pains, and learn to smile and resume your life as best as you can given your current condition, you're going to take on a different level of peace and calmness that is absolutely going to help you along your journey towards eliminating these symptoms that you're so desperate to get rid of. So lose the desperation, lose the fear, lose the focus and anxiety. Place your attention on what you want, because it really matters. If all you're doing is placing your attention on what you don't want, you're going to get more of it. It's going to stick around. It's going to persist. So really, what do you want? Focus there, please. And if you don't know what you want, spend some time there figuring that out, right? So stop trying to heal, please. And if you know Steve Ozanich, he said the number one mistake people make is trying to heal. There's nothing to heal, guys. The body knows what to do. The body's already well. And stop trying to heal, because that forcing and desperation and doubling down and doing more work. I was journaling for 30 minutes in the morning, that's not working, so I'm going to journal at night too. all of that push, anxiety, stress, self-criticism because I'm not doing it right, all that stuff is just making the entire process harder. Pain's not going to let go when you're clinging to it and staring at it so hard all day long. So please, trust me. You're okay. You're already okay. You just think you're not. So convince yourself that you are. Get back to life. And I'm repeating myself here, but like, you get the point. Try less. Stop trying to heal. It's not helping. So with that, guys and gals, I love you. I will see you later. Take another couple of breaths. Gorgeous. Can't wait for summertime. I will talk to you guys and gals soon. Love you.